All right, think about it this way. This is our last 5 o'clock Friday before a Boise State football game until August when we get ready to talk about them playing the Oregon Ducks.
Whoa.
Let's savor this, Prater and Greg. 5 o'clock and major breaking news courtesy of BNN and BJ Rains. He was correct in his assessment last hour. Cage Casey will not play in this bowl game. Cage Casey did not make the trip. Cage Casey is not in Los Angeles. Cage Casey is not with his team. Maybe this is why Spencer Danielson closed practice to the media this week, but holy smokes, maybe you could say the best overall football player on this team and a captain is not down there. Prater, something's up. There has to be a fire because this is a hell of a lot of smoke.
Yeah, the fact that he didn't travel, the fact that you go down there, lots of people opt out and you get it. And it doesn't happen at Boise State. That's kind of why we're taken aback by a little bit. And Ashton Genty didn't do it. Jeremy McNichols. So many other Boise State players have gone. I would imagine some have declared and sat out. I've lost track. It doesn't matter. Cage Casey was the captain. Cage Casey didn't even get on a plane and go with this team. That is very, very disappointing to me. Highly disappointing that he's not playing, and even more so that he's not down there. Something absolutely happened, and I don't know what. It's not Spencer Danielson saying, well, if you're not going to play, I'm not taking you. I mean, those two love each other, and this is a program built on love. And you can stand on a sideline and love your neighbors and love your teammates for 3.5 hours. I don't know if an agent got in his head. I think an agent, in my opinion, an agent got in his head and said, dude, no, you're not doing this. And Cage Casey's already probably got his agent or people that he's talking to. He comes from a Boise State family. His parents or his wife was Boise State. His wife's in-laws were volleyballs and basketball players. His entire family, when they get together for Christmas, will be talking about Boise State memories. He is a Boise State dude. And he was always so grounded. As Johnny pointed out yesterday, he was the guy that drove a minivan because he just was a regular, everyday guy. Pulling out and getting ready for the NFL draft is understandable. Not getting on a team as a team captain for your last game of the season in a very, very important game. Bowl games aren't always important. This one's very important, and Cage Casey is not there. That is highly disappointing.
208-424-9300. Let's live Moss and open up the Taco Bell hotline. Is this not that big a deal for you? Yeah, prospects don't play in bowl games all the time. Why make the trip if you don't have to? I don't care. He's married. He's got stuff to do with his wife. He's got a puppy. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want to hear it. I mean, if you can't play, great. You're wearing your warm-ups. You're on the sideline. You are helping whoever the hell is going to start against the Washington Huskies. Now, we think Kyle Cox based on the depth chart, but you're in Kyle Cox's ear. You're right there with Tim Keene on the sidelines. You are helping. You are a captain. It's not about you when you're a captain. That's the whole point of captaincy. We want leaders who put, we before me. This is so not Cage Casey. Is he hurt? Is it an injury enough to where he can't travel because he's worried about that for the draft? I don't know, but for him not to be with the team, again, credit BJ Rains. He was on this. He said a little birdie told him he wasn't ready to confirm it. He's texted us. It is confirmed. Cage Casey didn't make the trip.
Wow.
208-424-9300. Prater, let's get into it. The LA Bowl. Who wins this game and why do they win? 2 hours ago on this show, you said Boise State was going to win.
This morning on BNN Live, I said Boise State was going to win. 2 hours on this show, I said Boise State is going to win. Here comes the Cage Casey news. Boise State is still going to win this game, although I don't feel anywhere near confident. Not that I felt confident about it before. And if Boise State's going to win this game, they're going to have to get a spectacular game out of Maddox Madsen, keep him clean, keep him off his back, and they're going to have to run the football and use the play action. That's really the only secret to success here, if you ask me. Washington is the fourth best rushing defense in all of the Big Ten. They gave up 3.5 yards per carry this year for the entire for every game. They gave up 103 yards rushing for the entire season. They gave up 1,200 yards of rushing, guys. This is a legitimate run defense. Now, Matoyer on the right side, the tackle is gone, we think. Cage Casey on the left side is gone for sure. Maddox Madsen, I see him spending way more time on his back all of a sudden, and now I worry about Sherrod, Riley, and Sire and what kind of run game that they can do. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with it. One man does not make a football team. In this particular case, losing Cage Casey's a big hit, but I still think Boise State gets the job done.
I would disagree. I think that this is another one where Boise State steps up in class and struggles to move the football against a good Dogs defense. I expect there to be you guys are going to get a lot of calls, I'm sure, on Bronco game night about, well, here we go again. And Maddox Madsen and an offense got stuck in the mud against a high caliber, or higher caliber P4. And when you look at Washington this season, something we were talking about in our meeting, yes, when they had to step up in class in the Big Ten, home against Oregon, home against Ohio State, it didn't go their way, traveled to the Big House and lost by double digits. But when you look at the rest of their Big Ten games, with the exception of a trip to Camp Randall against Wisconsin, they take care of business. And so ask yourself, is Boise State more like some of these middling to low-end Big Ten teams that Washington saw? That's probably the case. And therefore, I don't expect Washington to be sleepy. I think without these tackles, they're going to have a hard time protecting Maddox Madsen. The game script for me does not lend itself. And we know how much these wide receivers have struggled. So if you're not going to run the ball and we don't have a lot of confidence in the wide receivers, which we really never have all season, how are you moving the ball to begin with? Washington wins. Washington covers 20-7.
Well, Washington, according to, whatever draft service you subscribe to, has like 3 guys who are projected to go in the top 125. They have 1 guy projected to go late first round. That's their receiver, Denzel Boston. Okay. These guys are all playing. They're all playing, and they're going to go ahead of Cage Casey. Now, maybe it is this, and I doubt it, but maybe they said, you know what? This is a really good team you're facing. You don't want bad tape on. You don't. Stay out of this. You are guaranteed right now a second-round pick. You cannot play your way into round 1, but you can certainly play your way into round 4, 5, 6, 7 if you get your ass kicked by the Washington Huskies. Now, I would hate for that to be his way of thought or listen to an agent in that regard, but you were saying basically it's not a request. The agency is telling him to not play, if that is.
Yeah, I'm not reporting that. That's just my guess. And it's an injury thing. It's an injury thing.
Okay. It has to be. But again, we have texts flying in and comments on the YouTube, but Prater, answer this. Marcel, love you, Marcel, but he says Cage Casey probably wanted to go, but Spencer Danielson probably didn't allow it.
I don't buy that.
No way. He's a captain.
That makes no sense.
He's a captain.
No, I don't buy that.
Why is Cage Casey not there? I don't know. And I think it's going to have a massive effect on this game. This is a massive bummer. I love Cage. I want to know why. I guess probably an injury there. And this is Prater, this is a business decision, and this is a level of pro sports right now that Cage Casey plays. And
the fact that he's not playing in the bowl game is a business decision. The fact that he didn't get on a plane and go down to this game, Prater, I think it's a character issue. And I'm not saying that the Cage Casey's a bad dude. He's not. He's all-American to the apple pie to the core. But I think this is a bad decision. Somebody got into his ear and he folded. I'm just speculating. I'm guessing. I don't understand on any planet whatsoever how he didn't get on that plane and join his football team. That's stunning to me.
Stunning. Again, BJ Rains, BNN reporting Cage Casey did not make the trip with the team to the LA Bowl. Reported there. We have the Friday Five, maybe our favorite segment of the week, and it's a good one this week. KTIK The Ticket.
From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Studio, this is Ticket.